We all know what is a basketball. It is when you put the ball inside a basket. Do you know what is a volleyball? We have hand volleyball and beach volleyball. Basically, volleyball is continuously hitting the ball. Basically, a volley is continuous. When I scold Shereen, she unleashed a volley of angry questions, which means continuously speaking. And the dog outside was volleying joyful barks on the road, which means continuously making some sounds. And the bullets and arrows discharged is also a volley of bullets, a volley of arrows. Basically, volley is continuous. Imagine you have a high capability and you have a low capability, okay? So the difference between your capabilities, potential means the capability, the difference in your potentials will create, when you create a argument, when you argue with each other, my potential is bigger, your potential is bigger. The difference of potential, the potential difference will create a spark, and that is called voltage difference, a voltage, a current. It's expressed in words. Shereen, what is the first thing that comes in your mind when I say the word volt fast?
What is very fast?
Yeah, it's a fast changing of your attitude. For example, if the government is wants to reduce the tax, and there is a remarkable volt fast on taxes, which means an abrupt and complete reversal of attitude, opinion, or position. It's like about turn. It is written as FAC, phase, but when you say it, you have to say it as volt fast. Appa, there is a very voluble discussion going on in the neighbor house, so I came here. Shereen, tell me, who is more voluble in this house? Which means voluble means more fluent and readiness of utterance, speaking.
You.
Yeah, I'm voluble as my husband is very silent. I'm very talkative, basically. Voluble is fluent and readiness of speaking or utterance. I show the readiness. Then turn the volume of the TV down and bring the third volume of that book here. Third volume means a book has a first volume and it has consecutive issues of the same book in period after a particular period. Okay, and Shereen, take the curd from this container and apply on your hair. It increases the hair volume. And do you know what is the volume of the container? It is the amount of space inside the container. It has little less volume.
Let's sell this couch and buy a voluminous couch.
You mean you want to buy a voluminous couch?
Yes.
A voluminous couch is a large accommodating furniture, okay? Alright, and when I was young, I was also very thin like you, and I prefer the voluminous clothes, which means very loose or full clothes when it comes to clothes. And what about tomorrow's character sketch writing? Are you ready with the voluminous content, which means of writing a lengthy and detailed voluminous content? Oh, Shereen, your hair has become so voluminous. You have hair, voluminous means thick.
Mommy, I have a competition.
Okay, is that the competition a voluntary competition? Because in competitions, if the judges allow the performer of his choice what is capable of ability, special things to do, it's called voluntary competitions. And you know what about the involuntary movements? You're breathing, and if someone is about to poke your eyes, you close your eyes. Those are all involuntary reactions, which means you have no little control over that, but you cannot control beyond a point. And voluntary reaction is walking. Other things are voluntary reaction. This is a continuation of the previous video. Voluntary reactions has control. We can control it. For example, walking. If you want to walk, you can walk, jumping, swimming, everything. Involuntary reactions are those we have no control. They are also called reflexes, which means when someone is poking, you close your eyes, and the breathing, heartbeats, everything is involuntary reactions. And Shereen, tomorrow there is a the helping thing we can do as volunteers, which means we are paid and we have to do work. Or shall we go to the church where there is organ music played in church? That is also called volunteer. Shereen, what is the first thing that comes in your mind when I say voluptuary?
Wallop?
O-W, wallop. Okay, wallop is like his striking one. Voluptuary is your luxury and sensual pleasure, which means inappropriate thing for kid. So a person is interested in voluptuary means he likes both. He likes both luxury and he likes the sensual pleasure, which is inappropriate for kids. So voluptuous. He's a voluptuous person, which means something inappropriate, but it also involves luxury. In W, wallop is hitting a person, but voluptuous is like she's very voluptuous, which means she's very sexually attractive woman. The skinny is opposite of voluptuous. She is voluptuous and she's very skinny, which means sexually attractive in women means the chest area being a little fleshy and curvy, and the hip and all, basically very Fleshy and curvy women are called voluptuous. We all know that vomit is a matter ejected from the stomach through your mouth. Vomit. Shereen, do you know what is voodoo? Voodoo.
Voodoo is some kind of doll they take and with black magic and they poke a hair
From a person and tie on the doll, right?
tie on the doll.
So when you poke that doll, the person the other end will be getting affected. Yeah, someone has voodooed her, which means affect someone by through voodoo, black magic, right? Shereen, your food is ready. Are you jaded or are you voracious?
Voracious.
Which means voracious is eager to, right?
Mommy, I'm voracious to know about the character sketch winners.
Okay, voracious appetite, voracious reader all means a very eager appetite or eager reader. We all know what is a vertex. Vertex is the highest point, or it is in a shape. It is the where the two lines join, that meeting point. For example, in triangle, it has three vertices, and here it is vortex. Vortex means a swirling. Vertex is high, and vortex like a swirling matter, like the tornado or a whirlwind or a whirlpool, or something which is whirling. Vortex of smoke, which means swirling smoke. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the word lottery?
Poetry or lottery?
Lottery, yeah. But in Indian pronunciation, Indian accent, we call it votary. But the typical accent for this is ow sound, wow, votary. Okay, he's a person who does the religious rituals in the religious places. For example, the pujari in Hindu temples. In English, it is called votary. The elections are coming and we need to register our vote. This is a typical British accent, and typically they are called vote, but in American it's like vote and voter. There's an ow sound, vote, voter. In British it will be very much stressed, like I'm going to cast the vote, voter. And just now I learned that votary, not votary, it's votary is the person who does the religious works in the ritual works in religious places like the pujari in the temple, and votive is an object that is offered in fulfillment of a vow, such as a candle, a votive offering. You remember Sahai Mother?
Yeah, we lit up the candles.
Yeah, those are the votive offerings. It's not votive as in Indian accent, it is votive and votary.